Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode, and you won't believe it, but next to me again is Mr. Tommy Williams. Thank you again. Drove down from Kalispell. It is no short drive, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having me back. I always love coming down here and getting to hang out with you and check out the awesome scenery you guys got down here.
We are very blessed.
A little bit different from up north.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but
yeah.
they both have their great parts about it.
Yeah, they do.
Especially the lake up there. We're always jealous.
Oh yeah, I love your guys'. You got the mountains and a little bit of rolling hills. We're just kind of trapped in. So.
That's too funny. But I was so excited to get you on just because it was almost 6 months to the day when we're recording this that we had you on, your first interview. And with my first interviews that we have people on, we go deep into who you are, how you became who you are, your influences in music. Today we don't want to talk about any of that crap, but we get to talk about you and how far you've come in just 6 months. And I was really impressed with what you've been doing and the things that you can almost watch you like overcoming these hurdles that every one of us hits at some point. So it's great to have you on, and we'll just get into that if it's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
Since we last saw you, I believe you had 2 singles that have dropped.
Yep, Mustang, which was kind of my shot at doing something a little more honky tonky, kind of a mix of like Americana honky tonky, and that's really kind of the direction I like to go with kind of the band setup.
Right.
And then Villain, which was a super important song to me, and kind of just says a lot about me as a person, and I think people can kind of relate to that song and the message I was trying to put out there, and it helped me a lot, and it's given me a little bit of growth, and I'm very thankful for that.
Oh, I know. When I first heard it, I just ran to my wife. I was like, "Yeah, listen to this." Just had it on repeat for a couple days, nonstop.
Thank you.
It's so good. What's behind the story? Just a little bit of behind the scenes. Like what was the fuel behind that great song?
So, Villain, it was a lot of it just kind of talking about my struggles growing up. My mom passed away when I was 12, and shortly before my 13th birthday. And, I was kind of like a numb kid, just trying to run around. I grew up fast when I was young, so there was really no like stopping and thinking about it. It was keep going, keep going. And then as I got a little bit older, got closer to graduating, and you think about, oh, what am I going to do with my life? Everything kind of just hit like a Mack truck,
I can't even imagine.
Emotions, and for the first time, really thinking, oh, like guys do have feelings,
Right, it's okay.
Right, yeah. And, so that music and this song especially, Villain, they were just kind of my way of healing. And I think a big misconception a lot of people have is that you can write a song or you can listen to a song and it's going to change everything you feel, and just because you're a songwriter or a listener that it's going to make you better. It's not. It helps you reveal and overcome those things, I believe.
Exactly. It doesn't change that past, but it puts it in a perspective. It's, for me at least, sometimes, it's the exact same idea. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make it better. It just helps you understand and cope a little better, and maybe helps people understand around you, like why you are the way you are, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah. And, I think that's definitely one of my favorite songs that I've written, and meant a lot to me. And it, I'm very thankful that I was able to write that song at
so good.
3 a.m. one morning.
It's so good. And of course,
Thank you.
Everything before, anytime, links are below. Please take a second, go listen to that song specifically. The numbers on it, the streaming numbers are wonderful. People are clearly really liking it. So you did something that touched everybody.
Thank you.
Great work there. What about live shows? Have you been doing any live shows since you were last on?
Yeah, I've done a few. I've been doing a lot of recording, working on an album, getting all that done. But I've done a few little shows. I did one with my buddy Joe Martinez.
Yeah.
He's an amazing musician. Go check him out.
Oh, definitely. We're hoping we're gonna get him sometime sooner than later. Yeah. He's great.
Joe's amazing. He is actually the one that played guitar on Mustang and Villain for me.
That's so good. That explains a lot.
Yeah. He's amazing. He really knows how to capture emotion through a guitar. And he and I he had a show up in Whitefish at a Slow Burn Records, and we kind of split a gig there. He asked if I wanted to, and had a great time doing that. And Played another show at Slow Burn on my own, and then this past week I opened for a band called Hot Damn.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was awesome. Hot Damn,
Cool.
they're a great band. They don't play out as much as I wish they would.
They're
But
fantastic.
my friend Vinny, he's the drummer for them. He's also the drummer of 20 Grand and a handful of other bands
Yeah,
up in
the
Whitefish.
typical Montana
area.
musician. If
Yeah,
you're talented,
yeah.
you're in 5 to 6 groups.
Exactly, yeah. And Vinny reached out, and I ended up having another buddy that plays guitar for them, and they were just amazing people. It was a great experience to play at the Northern, and you know, a lot more people that kind of are there to hear the music. You know, they're there to have their beers, but they're kind of there to have fun and party and hear the music, and that's something that Jaden Decker touched on
Yeah,
when he was
yeah.
on your podcast last time. Was, you know, it can be hard to play some of those gigs where nobody cares or nobody's really there to
Yeah, you're
listen
more
to you.
ambience than a musician. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really nice to kind of get one of those gigs after not
So
having
cool.
something like that for a little bit. And,
Right, and I guarantee if you, the way you're going, there's gonna be more of those where that, as he was saying, Jaden was talking about that switch that flips from, yeah, I'm not the background anymore. You came to see me. I see that in your future.
well, thank you. Thank
Of course, I'm not Nostradamus, but definitely doing all the work. It's
you.
really cool to watch. So with all the live shows and like you said, it sounded like you were putting a record together. So that's extremely exciting, especially with, man, I love your music. Can't wait to hear the album.
Thank you.
But part of being a musician and doing this, you know, especially when you're really taking it serious, it feels like you run into these walls and these just, I don't know if I can do it. I'm not seeing the progress I want to see, you know, all those kind of things. Have you had anything like that happen yet, or where you're hitting those walls at all?
Definitely. I am one of the best people you'll ever meet at putting on a face and acting positive and going out in front of people and smiling and shaking hands and, you know, trying not to be negative. I'm very good at that. But it also means by the time I get home and by the time I have the extra time for these projects done with work, you know, I got a full-time job. It can be, you know, your social limit can be drained a little
Yeah, your
bit.
battery's just
And
gone.
yeah, it can be
Mhm.
it can be extremely difficult sometimes. But and I've talked with you a lot about this overall, and I've talked with other people that I consider my friends that I've made in music. And you know, it's just, sorry, I'm kind of getting off track.
Oh, no,
but,
no, go, just go. You're fine, man.
Some of the hurdles I've kind of gone over is, you know, self-confidence is, I think, probably one of the biggest that every musician will go through. You know, there's a lot of people out there that'll tell you they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, but
Mhm.
when they go home at the end of the day, you know, they don't always feel that way or think that way.
Right.
You know, you kind of have to sell yourself as a musician, or as any type of artist.
No,
And
true, so true.
so it can be hard to do that sometimes, and it can be hard when you're your own critic and working on a lot of your own music and kind of producing and writing your own music, to remember, like, hey, this is the direction I want to go, or not, because you don't necessarily have those people around you telling you, hey, this is what you're gonna do,
Right.
or we like this. It's kind
Like,
of
yeah, giving you that feedback loop.
right, yeah. It's so it can be a struggle sometimes, but I'm definitely thankful for that struggle too, because it just means I'm human, you know.
Right, exactly.
Without that struggle, I don't know if that would mean that I'm growing at all. you know?
Exactly, yeah.
So,
You just don't know if it would mean as much as you start to hit these plateaus and you start to get the rewards and the reaping what you've actually sown. But maybe it wouldn't feel as good without the
Right.
struggles, but still, it's tough.
Yeah.
And it's funny because right before this episode, or I believe 2 before this one, I did a whole episode on imposter syndrome and that exact feeling of, you know, I'm drained. I don't know if I can do this. And you go home at night and you're just telling yourself, I'm not good enough. Why? And then for whatever reason, sometimes we can overcome that.
I don't know how many times I've been laying in bed at 2 a.m. and I've gone, I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
yeah, no more of this.
You know, but I also just have to tell myself, like, I'm 21 years old. I started doing this seriously about a year and a half ago.
Right.
Like, if I'm at the point that I'm at, just by putting a few things out there and, you know, slowly starting to build on learning how to promote myself and other things, you know, who knows where I could go with it.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah, exactly. And it's just the more consistent you are, and time is your friend, the perfect age for this. I mean, you can do this at any point in your life. That's the truth. But at your age, that that time of life is so perfect where you get to a little bit of time to experiment, feel out who you are. Especially with you, you've been doing so great about just testing the waters here and there with your music and finding, a little bit more of who you are and defining a little bit more of what your sound is. And you can really start to see this thing grow
Thank you.
organically.
Yeah, thank you. That's something I have told myself that I want to take serious, is not falling into one category or doing one thing, because I have influences all over the board. We talked about that last time I was on here, and I want to be able to take whatever I can from those different things. Like, oh, this song feels bluesy, let me find a blues guitar player, or oh, this song feels more ambient, let me find an organ player.
Right.
Let me find somebody that can play some cello, or something like that, and work that in there. And I'm really trying not to restrict myself with one type of thing.
So smart.
And kind of, my music's a little bit all over the board, but I think trying to write and keep the lyrics and the vibe of the music all kind of together. But musically, I want to keep that wide what's the word I'm looking for?
Spectrum of music.
Yeah, that wide spectrum. I like that.
Yeah. Have you found at all that it might not be true, but as you've been doing this, like you said, you're finding all these people that work great in certain situations for certain styles. Have you found that like you're getting a bigger network of people around you? And
Definitely, I'm definitely growing and meeting new people, and finding more opportunities, and making more friends, and it definitely helps. Like sometimes you go and jam with somebody when you've kind of been stuck in this writer's block or this loop, and you can't really get out of it, and then you go home and ideas click.
Yeah.
And the same thing can be for that person, and learning how to grow and promote yourself, but also grow and promote with your friends, not because you have to or because anybody's owed anything, but because you want to, and because we're all doing this for a reason. There's some guys out there that just want to play music, and there's some people that want to play music for different reasons, but I think the majority of the people out there, it's about the music. And I think it's pretty cool when you can find those people that want to grow just because of the music, not because of an image or
Could not put it
anything.
any better. Yeah, finding those real people that are expressing their soul, and you're like, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Maybe we can find a way to do it together. Or,
Yeah.
and like you said, that's a perfect example of where you go, and even if it's not something that's going to be a project, or you're not going to work together like an open mic or a jam session, but you're throwing those ideas back and forth. And I can't think of a single time that I've personally done that and not walked away with, I have like 4 more ideas of
Right,
what
yeah.
I want to do, or
Yeah.
what I want my sound to be, because I don't want it to be that. I like the
Right,
you get
right.
that- It's like a buffet of
Yeah, you learn and you see the good and the bad from yourself and from other
exactly,
people.
yeah. Really exposes your weak parts. Really
Yeah,
fast,
yeah.
too,
And
as I've learned.
there's something about music where people, there's a lot of people out there that will tell you what you want to hear and not be very honest with you, but there's a lot of people out there that can give you kindness, but also be pretty cutthroat and tell you like, hey, this sucks, or
Right.
this is great. Hey, why don't you work in this direction? Or what other people say you don't have to do, and you don't have to listen to it. But I think it's good to take a little bit of everything from
It
everybody.
is, and finding people like that, to me, is one of the greatest gifts. That like, if they can, there's people that'll just tear you down. You know how to cut those people out of your life. But there's people, like you said, that can find a way to both build you up, but also be those honest moments of, hey, I know you're capable of better, or is this what you were going for? Because here's what I'm taking away. Man, those people are worth their weight in gold.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Well, I want to focus a little more. At the end of this, he's going to do a song for us, so don't go anywhere. Please stay close. Don't switch off. But I want to talk about your album that's coming up here. I think it's the 31st of this month.
Yes, sir. Yep, the 31st.
So we're going to have links to all of that, pre-saves, everything as soon as it comes out. And of course, when he puts it out, we'll be pushing that out there so you see it right in front of your face. But let's talk about that album before we get to the specific song that you're doing for us. Is there any theme, or if you can look forward at yourself, have that kind of premonition, look forward at what it was. What's the overarching like idea or feel that's going to come out of this album?
So this album is really just music that I've kind of been writing from, time I was 14 years old till now. And before I even knew how to play guitar or knew they were songs, I used to just write kind of poetry. And I've always been a big Bob Dylan fan. The band, and I love those deeper lyrics that really get into who you are as a human and your emotions, whether the story is true or not. There's something of those guys in each one of those songs.
100%.
And that's kind of what this album is for me. I call it my healing music. This album's really just me getting out there, how I've felt and kind of what I've went through, and hopefully other people can relate to that and feel those same things. So it's definitely a little bit emotional. There's a little bit of folk, a little bit of blues, a little bit of Americana in there.
So good.
But
That's
it's
exciting.
It's just me trying to stay genuine and stay true to my style and who I think I am as a musician. And kind of just me saying like, hey, I'm healing, I'm growing. It's time to kind of move on and see what else I can do.
That's exciting.
Because I got a lot more stuff that I'm ready to work on after this.
That's so exciting. So are you going to be doing any time of like promotion out there playing shows? Any shows coming up?
So I have a show this week on Thursday at the Sitting Duck in Big Fork.
Oh, I love that place. That's fantastic.
I guess it's a great place. This is going to be my first time there, but a lot of people love it there. They got great drinks. And it's
a heck of a view too.
Yeah, a great view, great place. So I'm excited to play there for the first time and get to know them and get to know the people at that venue and grow and meet new people. And I believe June 7th, I have a show at Slow Burn Records in Whitefish. Great little place. It's $5 a person. BYOB if you want to bring your own drinks and hang out. And I'm excited to play those shows, and I'll have more lined up.
Well, just so you know, I don't mean to step on you there, but you did send me your new website. You just got a website launch, so I'm pretty sure you'll have your dates there.
Yep.
Anything beyond this that he's doing, promotion, playing live shows, just go to his website. Again, linked below. You can get all his dates. Don't miss a show,
My bio's there, all dates. I'll have our interview on there as soon as this comes out. And then you can also just go there and click on my links and find it wherever you listen to your music.
Be sure to check that out. And it looks really great, man. The photography you've been doing, I don't know if you've been doing it or had somebody with you, but since we last did it, the photos you've had coming out for, whatever your pictures you're doing or, whatever it is, they've been fantastic.
Yeah, that's thank you. We don't have to get too deep into it, but Jake is a very important guy for me when it comes to music. And just as a friend overall, and he's meant a lot to me and helped push me during some of those moments like we were talking about.
Yeah, we all do.
And that was one of the things you and I talked about last time I was here. You were like, man, you need to start getting some more promo shots and some more pictures. And so I've had some friends taking pictures of me and some other random stuff, and so I'm trying to build that.
Yeah, you're nailing it. If you're just starting out, if you just caught this and you're in the same boat, just go to his website. There's some great examples of just how to capture those moments. It reflects his music, which is what you need to do. It's a skill, but if you can kind of get that idea of hear his music, see those images, it's just perfect correlation between the two.
Thank you.
Nice work on that. So just before we move on, I want to move on to the song you're going to play for us.
Yeah.
Can you maybe give us a backstory of that if you're comfortable with it? Tell us the story behind the song before we get to hear it.
Yeah, so this song, it's called Fallen, and it's sort of, along the same lines of Villain and the rest of the songs that are going to be on the album. It's a lot of healing music, and it's kind of just about, when you're down, some days, some weeks drag on, they're hard. And sometimes we need to open our eyes and see that, okay, help is okay to have. So it's kind of just about some people around me, some really important people that have kind of helped pick me up and helped me keep going. Because that's something that I find really hard sometimes, to let other people be there for you.
Especially like you said before, as a man, it's really hard just to
Yeah,
have that. There's a whole masculinity thing of you're not supposed to talk about that. You're not supposed to reach out, but that needs to go away.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Sometimes it feels like it's us against the world, but then, like you were just saying, you got to remember, especially as somebody that likes to make music and write honest stuff, I have to be honest about who I am, the struggles I go through. Otherwise, it's not as genuine. I don't like talking or getting to know people that aren't genuine with me. So why would somebody want to listen to me?
It's a thing, yeah, exactly.
If I have a facade.
What a great thought! Yeah, you're exactly right.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's fantastic. So just stay tuned. We're going to take a quick listen to that. We'll get all set up and do that. So again, everything is below. Check out the new website. See the dates he's playing shows. Pre-save anything that he's got. This new album coming out again on the 31st of May here. And thank you again for your time. Thanks for driving down. And again, I know at some point we're going to have him again. It's just going to happen. So till the next one, thanks again. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the song. Bye.
Looking for my luck in that pot of gold. Some of us were born with it, some wonder what it's like as we grow old. Self-destructive thoughts coursing through my nerves, spiraling out of control. Someone call a nurse, 'cause I've fallen and I can't get up. Won't you take this pain away? Turn the lights out, shut me down till the sun comes out someday. Done a lot of thinking recently with the gray lit sky. Pushed me inside to lay in my bed again. And I'm not sure why I get this way. Sometimes I can't keep on when my mind starts to fray. 'Cause I've fallen and I can't get up. Won't you take this pain away? Turn the lights out, shut me down till the sun comes out someday. Beautiful brown eyes, smoke in the air, trying to keep me up from down with your own brand of flair. Thank you so much, I know that you care. Sometimes I fall apart, the soul broke beyond repair. Well, I've fallen and I can't get up. Won't you take this pain away? Turn the lights out, shut me down till the sun comes out someday. you take this pain away? Turn the lights out, shut me down till the sun comes out someday.